Hare Krishna. I have a series of questions about Rādhā-kuṇḍa from Revatī, Devi, Dasi, and she starts off by giving us information that according to Jiva Goswami and Rādhā-purana, Rādhā-kuṇḍa's appearance took place in Chaitra on Balaram Rasa Yatra. That's in the month of March, April, not Kartik. On the other hand, and that the GBC had changed the appearance day to that time. On the other hand, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur celebrated it at that time. He writes about it in his Harmonist. Yes, that's when we celebrate. Of course, that's when currently ISKCON devotees go there and celebrate. So, what do? Well, I didn't know that the GBC had changed it. My calendar, ISKCON calendar, gave me notice on Kartik and regular time. I didn't notice anything in March, April. I would have anyhow. But the answer is quite clear. I think we know that we follow Jiva Goswami through Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So whatever Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did, well, that's what is our standard. And as far as I know, ask any ISKCON member now, when Radhakund Prakat is, when Bhagalastami is, that's what they'll say. Why the disparity? I haven't done any research, but and I wonder if the Padma Purana version gives the same date, because Padma Purana also gives a narration of that Leela. There may be, according to different days of Brahma, that it appears at different times. But for us, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is certainly aware of the Jiva Goswami's version. For some good reason, he deemed that we should follow at that time. So that's when we follow. Which is just recently. Another question is, how is it possible that Rādhā-kuṇḍa is as dear to Krishna as Radharani? And why not? We have Tadiyanam Samarthanam. So Lord Shiva says, Radhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Radhanam Param Tadiyanam. And devotees are more dear, more worshipable than Krishna. Krishna himself tells Uddhava, the devotees, pure devotees, are dearer to me than even Lord Balaram is. I don't know how Balaram liked hearing that, but no doubt he did. So that's Krishna. Krishna likes those things related to his devotees, his associates. He favors them as much as he favors directly that object of his preference. In other words, anything related to Srimati Radharani is as dear to him as Srimati Radharani, and the cows are as dear to Srimati Radharani, and the cowherd boys, and Nanda Maharaj, and and so on. Of course, we know that there's also a difference, but Tadyanam Samachana, that's the principle. Shakshat Haritvina Samasta Shastriya. There's also a difference because how Krishna interacts with Rādhā-kuṇḍa is different than how he interacts with Srimati Radharani. But there's also that oneness, and therefore that's expressed like that. Are their appearance days equally important? We don't hear any Shastric statement explicitly in that regard. In one sense, there's no harm saying yes. We see that a big festival is made of both. And Radhika and Prakat, many people stay up until midnight. But generally, we see that Gaudiyas worship, unless they happen to be in Vrindavan, they worship Radharani's appearance day and with more flair than they do Rādhā-kuṇḍa Prakat. I think, in general, we don't see equality of the two. How to celebrate the appearance of Rādhā-kuṇḍa? Best thing is to hear about the pastime. There's so many rituals that one can do. For instance, when we are there in Rādhā-kuṇḍa, then we offer lamp, worship, prayers, and so on. So one can do all of those things, but Shravanam Kirtanam, that's always the best thing to do. How is Rādhā-kuṇḍa related to Manjari Bhav? Well, Rādhā-kuṇḍa is related to so many bhavs, but especially to Madhurya Bhav, and related to Manjari Bhav, because Manjaris also participate there in pastimes. And when we hear about the pastimes that Srimati Radharani and her assistants engage there, then that nurtures our Manjari Bhav. When she was with Radhika saw that it turned milkish color, yes, they say that happens on a certain full moon day or full moon days. Then it says, are the Kadachas of Govinda Das available? I don't know. You have to do research, and do Manjaris take part in the Rasa dance? I think I've answered that before. Yes, they do. In different books of Goswamis, we read how Manjaris also participate in Rasa dance. And Srila Prabhupada, in purport to one of his songs, says that yes, this is the mission of the Krishna consciousness movement, so that we can all participate in Krishna's Rasa dance. And that's what, that should be our real desire, is that, yes, we will go and participate in Rasa dance on the banks of Rādhā-kuṇḍa, along with other such fortunate souls, both in the, I was going to say both in the material realm and then in the transcendental realm. And yes, we should always remain very, very thankful that these wonderful transcendental places of Krishna's pastimes kindly make themselves visible to us here in the world, so that we can hear about them, chant about them, know about them, and by so doing develop a desire to, as Rupa Goswami says, reside on the banks of Rādhā-kuṇḍa. Eternal reside on the banks of Rādhā-kuṇḍa. But we need to be qualified for that. Hare Krishna.